Amityville. Horror, a night in the shadow of evil. The murders that started it all. It was a bitterly cold, unsettling night on November 13th, 1974, in the quiet town of Amityville, Long Island, New York. An unspeakable horror unfolded within the walls of what seemed like a normal suburban home. A 23-year-old man, Ronald DeFeo Jr., walked methodically through his house in the dead of night, holding a .35 caliber Marlin rifle in his hands. One by one, he entered each bedroom and executed his entire family while they slept. His father, mother, and 4 younger siblings, Dawn, 18, Allison, 13, Mark, 12, and John, 9, never had a chance to scream or resist. Yet, the most unsettling fact, none of the neighbors reported hearing gunshots. The victims were all found lying on their stomachs, as if placed there intentionally. No sign of a struggle, no attempt to flee. DeFeo would later claim that voices in the house told me to kill them. Was it an insane delusion? Or something far more sinister? The murders were only the beginning of what would become one of the most infamous hauntings in history. The Lutz family's nightmare. Just 13 months later, the Lutz family moved into the house, purchasing it for a seemingly bargain price of $80,000. George and Kathy Lutz were eager to start fresh with their 3 children. The Dutch colonial house, with its distinctive quarter-moon windows, seemed too good to be true. It was. The first few nights were plagued by unsettling sensations, strange sounds, and an overwhelming sense of unease. Every night at precisely 3:15 a.m., George would wake up, his body drenched in sweat. A suffocating presence filled the air, as though unseen eyes were watching him. He began to hear whispers in the darkness, soft at first, then growing louder, almost mocking. The eerie coincidence? 3:15 a.m. was the exact time Ronald DeFeo had murdered his family. Kathy, while showering, felt an unseen force caress her skin. She looked in the mirror, only to see her own face, aged decades beyond recognition. The reflection whispered to her, its lips moving but making no sound. Their young daughter, Missy, began talking to an imaginary friend named Jody, describing it as a red-eyed, pig-like creature. At first, her parents dismissed it, but one night, Kathy saw Jody's glowing red eyes staring at her from outside the window. A foul stench of decay filled the air at random moments, seeping into their clothes, their furniture, their very skin. No matter how much they cleaned, it never left. What started as small, eerie disturbances quickly escalated into full-blown terror. The priest's warning, desperate for relief, the Lutz family called upon Father Mancuso, a priest known for his experience with exorcisms. When he arrived, he barely set foot inside the house before an icy gust of wind slammed the door shut behind him. As he entered one of the rooms, a deep, guttural voice, inhuman and filled with rage, spoke 2 chilling words: "Get out." The priest's hands trembled as he sprinkled holy water throughout the house. The walls shook violently, releasing a high-pitched scream so unnatural it made his blood run cold. Swarms of flies appeared from nowhere, covering the windows and buzzing in unison. Terrified, Father Mancuso fled the house, warning the Lutz family never to return. But it was already too late. The escape from hell. By night 28, the Lutz family had reached their breaking point. They decided to leave. The house, however, had other plans. Doors locked themselves. Windows slammed shut. Furniture levitated and hurled itself across rooms. Black ooze dripped from the walls, filling the air with an unbearable stench. An unseen force clawed at their skin, leaving deep scratches on their backs. George felt something gripping his throat in the darkness, whispering incomprehensible words in his ear. As they scrambled for the door, the sound of marching footsteps echoed through the halls, heavy, methodical, and inhuman. The laughter of a child, distant yet deafening, rang through the house, sending a shiver down Kathy's spine. When they finally reached their car, it refused to start. A sinister whisper filled the silence. "You can't leave." Then, out of nowhere, the engine roared to life. They peeled out of the driveway, never looking back. But as Kathy risked one final glance at the house, her blood ran cold. In the upstairs window, staring directly at her, were two glowing red eyes and a grinning, shadowy figure. The aftermath. After escaping, the Lutz family never returned. The house sat abandoned for years, drawing worldwide attention. The media went into a frenzy. Was this real? Or a well-crafted hoax? Skeptics argued that the Lutzes exaggerated the story for profit, pointing out inconsistencies in their claims. But others, including renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, believed that the house contained a dark, malevolent force. The Warrens conducted an investigation, capturing a ghostly image of a boy with glowing eyes standing in the hallway, an image eerily resembling one of the murdered DeFeo children. Even today, 112 Ocean Avenue still stands, though its infamous quarter-moon windows have been replaced. Some say the curse ended when the Lutz family left. Others claim that whatever haunted the house is simply waiting for its next victims. The final question: what do you believe? Was the Amityville horror a genuine haunting or an elaborate hoax? The truth may never be fully uncovered, but one thing is certain: this story will continue to haunt us for generations. What do you think? Was the Lutz family telling the truth, or was this all a carefully crafted lie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more terrifying tales like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.